Jerry, let's go see Sally Gooden.
Hey, man, it sounds like that time again. How you doing now there, honky tonkers? Coming at you all the way from Dublin here in Ireland. I'm DJ Mouseman's going to be here for the next hour. Playing you some real, I'm telling you, real honky tonkin stuff coming your way in this show. Stand by. Yes, indeed. Welcome back to another show here in this long-running show I call Honky Tonkin. I hope you're ready to have a little drink out there. I've got a bottle of Dundalgan Irish whiskey here from County Kildare. Here we go. Raise your glasses. That's the way we do it here. Like I said, if you're in the mood for some rockabilly music, well, there's going to be none in this show because there's other shows you can look at on my Podomatic site for that. I just want to get cracked straight into loads of sort of pre-50s and mid-60s and bits of everything from the, let's say, the roots of our great musics. Mostly in this show, you're going to be hearing a lot of fiddles and a lot of banjos and a lot of stringed instruments, no loud stuff, but it's going to be a journey nonetheless. I want to kick off with Ray Batts here and a track called Stealing Sugar. This is the way it's going to be. Let's go honky tonkin'.
They caught me stealing sugar and they throwed me into jail. And I sent for my baby, come and go my bail. They caught me stealing sugar and she turned me down. Said they caught you stealing sugar, boy, they ought to run you out of town. And they sent me home, but the teacher wanted me in school, said that's where he belonged. Long time, but they finally caught me stealing. I guess I'll have to pay my fine. They took me to the courthouse. I got 10 years in the pen, but I told that judge when I get out, I'm going to steal again, for I like stealing sugar. Stealing wrong, I'm told, but I'm going to steal a lot of sugar before they tell me I'm too old.
Lovely, jubbly stuff there, kicking the show off. I think we featured him on a show before. That was a song called Stealing Sugar. A guy called Ray Batts who done a great song called Wild Man Boogie as well, somewhere along the lines. Anyway, that's how we're going to kick things off here on this edition of Honky Tonkin. Like I say, it's good to be back here in the seat. It's been a while. And I've actually picked out some rather strange and beautiful songs for you to be listening to in this show. So if you're a fan of the banjo, which I am too, and I'm sure a lot of you are out there, we're going to be focusing on a lot of the great banjo songs and violin songs and
I was a boy, I lived in Kentucky.
Stuff like this.
Place for the knowledge.
Welcome to the show.
Didn't have a dime, but I guess I was lucky. I lived in a house with a banjo picking man. Ma plowed the corn and the beans and the taters. Ma chopped the wood and tended to the farm. Poor old Paul had to visit with the neighbors. Everywhere he went, he had his banjo on his arm. His eyes were blue and his hair was a yeller. The boys all called him Nollichucky Dan. The girls all said he was a good-looking feller. Everybody loved that banjo-picking man. 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 Too many kids started Ma to getting busy. Along came another Nana, she began to weep. Would have been more, but Pa was too busy playing on his banjo when he ought to been asleep. Pa was a-playing one night about 11. Along came an angel and carried him away. Now they say he's a-playing up in heaven. Some folks say they heard him every day. His eyes were blue and his hair was a yeller. The boys all called him Nollichucky Dan. The girls all said he was a good-looking feller. Everybody loved that banjo-picking man. 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 Here I sit just a-planking and a-plinking, strumming and a-thumbing like an Ethiopian. Got me a gal and I begin to thinking someday I'm going to be a banjo-picking man. His eyes were blue and his hair was a yeller, and the boys all called him Nollichucky Dan. The girls all said he was a good-looking feller. Everybody loved that banjo-picking man. 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 Everybody loved that banjo-picking man.
Oh, yes, indeed, man. I do love a bit of old Jimmy Driftwood. That was one of his cool classics there, and banjo-picking man. I'm going to dedicate that to Seamus Murphy out there, because I know he's driving around in his 4x4, snapping his fingers on the old steering wheel there. Seamus, my old friend, that was for you here today on Honky Tonkin. We're going to do this. Listen to this, man. One of the most recorded songs from this genre has to be this one.
Well, I remember one September on a Friday night, Stagger Lee and Billy Lyons had a great fight. He's a bad man, oh cruel Stagger Lee. Well, talk about your gamblers, oh to see that Richard Lee. He shot $100 and he come out on a 3. He's a bad man, oh cruel Stagger Lee. Oh, Billy shot 6 bits, Stacky bet he passed. Stacky out with his 45 said, you done shot your last. You're a bad man, oh cruel Stagger Lee. Mr. Stagger Lee, please don't take my life. I've got 3 children and a darling loving wife. You're a bad man, oh cruel Stagger Lee. Well, Lord will take care of your children, I'll take care of your wife. You took my Stetson hat, now I'm gonna take your life. You're a bad man, oh cruel Stagger Lee. Well, a woman come a-running, fell upon her knees. Oh, Mr. Stagger Lee, don't shoot my brother, please. You're a bad man, oh, cruel Stagger Lee. Well, a woman says to the sheriff, how can that be? You can arrest everybody, but you're scared of Stagger Lee. He's a bad man, oh cruel Stagger Lee.
Yes, a wonderful version there by the New Lost City Ramblers there, and that was Stagger Lee, Songs of Murder. And talking about murderers, a man had done a little bit of time in prison. In fact, most of his life. We're going to focus straight away and swiftly over to Leadbelly. I've been a lifelong fan of this man. I'm sure most of you have as well. We're going to do a fantastic song from Leadbelly, one of his most famous, in fact, his most famous song. The roots of honky tonkin on this show. And when the whiskey kicks in, we're going to get yee-hawing in just a while. But before that, the legend of John Howdy.
John Howdy, he was a desperate little man. He carried 2 guns every day. He shot a man on the West Virginia line. Might have seen John Howdy getting away, poor boy. Might have seen John Howdy getting away. John Howdy went up on that freestone bridge. There he thought he was free. Stiff took deputy and he caught him by the arm, saying, Johnny, come and go with me, poor boy. Johnny, come and go with me. Johnny, come and go with me, poor boy. Johnny, come and go with me. John Howdy had a mother and a father too. He sent for them to come and go his bail. There was not no bail out for the murdering man. The sheriff John Howdy back in jail, poor boy. And the sheriff John Howdy back in jail. And the sheriff John Howdy back in jail, poor boy. The sheriff John Howdy back in jail. John Howdy had a pretty little wife. The dresses that she wore was blue. Come to the jailhouse with a loud shout, saying, Johnny, I've been true to you, poor boy. Johnny, I've been true to you. Johnny, I've been true to you, poor boy. Johnny, I've been true to you. John Howdy was standing in his cell with tears rolling down his eyes. I've been the death of a many poor boy, and now I am ready to die, Lord, Lord. Now I am ready to die. And now I am ready to die, Lord, Lord. And now I am ready to die. Go ahead and die. Been to the east, I've been to the west. I've been this whole wide world around. I've been to the East River and I've been baptized. Now take me to my hanging ground, Lord, Lord. Take me to my hanging ground.
Yeah, the fantastic Leadbelly there. Not many people say go ahead and die as you go into a lead break, apart from that man. And the legend there of John Howdy, Leadbelly. I'm going to twin these guys together because they were the best of friends. And I guess you know what I'm talking about. The next song here coming up is a man who frequented the Leadbelly home and stayed with Leadbelly for many weeks and many days and many drunken nights. Cheers once again to all of you out there on Honky Tonkin. We're going to move over to another acoustic man on the guitar. It's Woody Guthrie and his wonderful song, Do, Re, Mi. Take it away. And the old Dust Bowl blues here. Back to the early mid-1930s here.
Lots of folks back east, they say, is leaving home every day, beating the hot old dusty way to the California line. Across the desert sands they roll, getting out of that old dust bowl. They think they're going to a sugar bowl, but here's what they find. Now the police at the port of entry say, you're number 14,000 for today. Oh, if you ain't got the do-re-mi, folks, if you ain't got the do-re-mi. Why, you better go back to beautiful Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Georgia, Tennessee. California is a garden of Eden, a paradise to live in or see. But believe it or not, you won't find it so hot if you ain't got the do-re-mi. You want to buy you a home or farm that can't deal nobody harm, or take your vacation by the mountains or sea. Don't swap your old cow for a car, you better stay right where you are. You better take this little tip from me, 'cause I look through the want ads every day. But the headlines on the papers always say, if you ain't got the do-re-mi, boys, you ain't got the do-re-mi. Why, you better go back to beautiful Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Georgia, Tennessee. California is a garden of Eden, a paradise to live in or see. But believe it or not, you won't find it so hot if you ain't got the do-re-mi.
Oh, yes, indeed. They're the wonderful, wonderful Woody Guthrie. And I've been a big fan of Woody's for years, even going as far as recording his Vigilante Man for a CD I did a couple of years ago. Yes, I do love that man. That was Do-Re-Mi. And, yeah, back in the days when you travelled right across the plains there, the Midwest, and tried to get into California and turned back to wherever you were coming from. They must have been strange days in the United States. And I'm glad I weren't born around that time. That's all I can say. Anyway, the whiskey's sinking in, and I think it's time to notch things up a gear and go live on stage here for
Ladies
some
and gentlemen,
great music.
a member of the Country Music Hall of Fame and the Bluegrass Music Hall of Honor, the great Earl Scruggs.
Oh, let's do it.
And Mr. Travis Tritt.
Come on, honky tonkers. Yes, a fantastic live show there, celebrating the life of one of the greatest banjo pickers of all time there, Earl Scruggs there. Also with him, doing lots of solos all together there was Travis Tritt, Ricky Skaggs and Jerry Douglas. Now, I want to return back to that show for one more great song. Let's carry on Honky Tonkin here at this live show somewhere in the US of A. And we're Honky Tonkin here tonight. Proper old styling. Keep listening, folks.
All the people would come from far away. They dance all night till the break of day. When the caller would holler, do-si-do, then your Uncle Pin was ready to go. And in the evening, bouncing down Howard Hill and above the town, Uncle Ben played a fiddle, Lord Howard rang. You'd hear it talk, you'd hear it sing.
Well, he played an old tune called Soldier's Joy, and he played one called the Boston Boy. The greatest of all was Jenny Lynn. I mean, that's when the fiddle began. Lady in the bouncing down Howard Hill and above the town, Uncle Ben played the fiddle, Lord Howard rang. You could hear it talk, you could hear it sing.
Well, I'll never will forget that mournful day when Uncle Ben was called away. Hung up his fiddle and he hung up his bow, and it was time for him to go. Late in the evening, bouncing down Howard Hill and above the town, Uncle Ben played the fiddle, Lord Howard rang. You could hear it talk, you could hear it sing. Bouncing down Howard Hill and above the town, Uncle Ben played the fiddle, Lord Howard rang. You could hear it talk, you could hear it sing.
Oh, I'd love to have a ticket for that, man, and watch them guys on stage. Just goes to brew with the right people, man, the right musicians. That music still sounds as fresh today as it did over 60, 70 years ago. Yes, Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs are the legends of bluegrass, as well as the Stanley Brothers and, of course, Bill Monroe, who are coming up later in the show here. We've got a couple from the Stanley Brothers coming our way, and a really good one from Bill Monroe later on towards the end of the show. Anyway, here on Honky Tonkin, we're going to do a song right now from the man who gave us our title name for Honky Tonkin. The one and only king of hillbilly music is this man, who grew up with a lot of this stuff we're listening to right now, and produced music like this. Here he is, Hank Williams, the governor.
Comb your hair and paint and powder. You act proud and I'll act prouder. You sing loud and I'll sing louder. Tonight we're setting the woods on fire. You're my gal and I'm your feller. Dress up in your frock of yeller. I'll look swell but you look sweller. Setting the woods on fire. We're taking all the honky tonks. Tonight we're having fun. We'll show the folks a brand new dance that never has been done. I don't care who thinks we're silly. You be daffy and I'll be dilly. We'll order up 2 bowls of chili, setting the woods on fire. poker. You'll be broke, but I'll be broker. Tonight we're setting the woods on fire. We'll set close to one another, up one street and down the other. We'll have a time, old brother, setting the woods on fire. We'll put aside a little time to fix a flat or two. My tires and tubes are doing fine, but the air is showing through. You clap hands and I'll start bowing. We'll do all the laws allowing. Tomorrow I'll be right back plowing, setting the woods on fire.
Yeah, for Hank Williams fans everywhere, the governor there and setting the woods on fire. It's amazing how he got that sound on most of his recordings, Hank. He always got a nice, clear, thumpy sound with little more than 2 or 3 microphones and all being played live, like all the songs here on this show. Here on Honky Tonkin', let's say cheers once again and have a swig. That means we're almost halfway through. Now, Jimmy Driftwood fans, I'm going to do another one from him. And this is a great story. This is a song called He Had a Long Chain On. Listen to the words. It's a mighty, mighty good song. Jimmy Driftwood, take it away.
One night as I lay on my pillow, the moonlight as bright as the dawn, I saw a man a-walking. He had a long chain on. I heard his chain a-clanking. It made a mournful sound. Welded around his body, dragging along on the ground. He had a long chain on. He had a long chain on. He had a long chain on. He stood beside my window. He looked at me and he said, I am so tired and hungry. Give me a bite of your bread. He didn't look like a robber. He didn't look like a thief. His voice was as soft as the moonlight. His face full of sorrow and grief. He had a long chain on. He had a long chain on. He had a long chain on. I went into my kitchen, got him a bowl full of meat, a drink and a pan of cold biscuits. That's what I gave him to eat. Though he was tired and hungry, a bright light came over his face. He bowed his head in the moonlight. He said a beautiful grace. He had a long chain on. He had a long chain on. He had a long chain on. I fetched my hammer and chisel, offered to set him free. He shook his head and said sadly, I guess we had best let it be. When he had finished his supper, he thanked me again and again. Though it's been years since I saw him, I still heard him dragging his chain. He had a long chain on. He had a long chain on. He had a long chain on.
Oh man, what a wonderful, wonderful song there. Jimmy Driftwood there, and he had a long chain on. Right on, man. We're going to bump into the 1950s here with some great jumping hillbilly bop. I'll best describe it that way. I love all this stuff anyway. It doesn't matter where it's. For me, it doesn't matter where it comes from. It's all the same. I love it. Here on Honky Tonkin, we're going to do a real good little bopper here. Casey Clark, take it away with this one here today on Honky Tonkin. And I think it's, is it Lost John? Lost John from Bowling Green, yes. Oh, yeah.
Long gone, Lost John from Bowling Green.
Forget what I'm doing.
Well, the funniest sight that I ever seen was long lost John from Bowling Green. No hat on his head, nor shoe on his feet, a begging the women for his bread and meat. One woman said, how much can you eat? Well, 49 biscuits and a hunk of meat. Long gone, lost John from Bowling Green. John walking through the town, he drawed back his fist, knocked the policeman down. The policeman got up, said, which way did he go? The last time I heard he was in Mexico. A long lost John on the railroad track, waiting for the freight train to come back. Long gone, lost John from Bowling Green. Long lost John went into the lady's house, and everything was just as quiet as a mouse. The lady said, lost John, have a seat. Send the porter for something to eat. Never mind your porter and never mind your chair. The hounds is on the trail and I can't stay here. Long gone, lost John from Bowling Green. Long gone, lost John from Bowling Green.
Casey Jones, he was a mighty man, but now he's resting in the promised land. The kind of music he could understand was an eight-wheel driver under his command. He made the freight train boogie all the time. He made the freight train boogie as you go down the line. When that fireman started ringing the bell, everybody along the line could tell Casey Jones, he was coming to town on a 6-8 wheeler that was burning the ground. He made the freight train boogie all the time. He made the freight train boogie as it rolled down the line. freight train boogie all the time. He made the freight train boogie as it rolled down the line.
Yes, indeed. There we went from Lost John to Casey Jones in 2 in a row there. What was that one there? Yes, Casey Clark there. The first one there was Lost John from Bowling Green. And there from 1946, the Freight Train Boogie there from the wonderful Delmore Brothers. They had to be included in this show. Now, moving on. It's where we are. 38 minutes or so. We've still got quite a way to go here. Now, I'm going to dedicate this one to Mrs. Beep Beep here in Dublin. And especially also as well to Mr. Gary Fitzpatrick, who I remember crazily singing it to me one night on some drunken stupor a few months back. So I'm going to dedicate this
who broke
to you there, Gaz.
That's what I want to know. What?
And our Honky Tonkin special continues with the Hindwoods String Band. Carry on drinking, carry on honky tonkin'. I got all night to do this thing.
I went down in the hen house on my knees and I thought I heard old Bruno sneeze. There was nothing but the rooster saying his prayers. He was thanking the Lord for the hens upstairs. Now who broke the lock? I don't know who broke the lock on the hen house door. I'll find out before I go. Who broke the lock on the hen house door? To the barnyard hen, you told me a story and I know when you told me that Sally made her cakes all dough and don't mind the weather if the wind don't blow. Now who broke the lock? I don't know who broke the lock on the hen house door. I'll find out before I go. Who broke the lock on the hen house door? Barnyard hen to the rooster out west. You know, my dear, I love you the best. Said the barnyard rooster, you're telling me a lie, cause the clock just learned with a big Shanghai. Now who broke the lock? I don't know who broke the lock on the hen house door. I'll find out before I go. Who broke the lock on the hen house door? Yeah, let's hear those chickens. Said the barnyard rooster to the barnyard hen, well, you ain't made an egg and the Lord knows when. Said the barnyard hen to the barnyard rooster, well, you ain't been around as often as you used to. Who broke the lock? I don't know who broke the lock on the hen house door. I'll find out before I go. Who broke the lock on the hen house door? I don't know who broke the lock on the hen house door. I'll find out before I go. Who broke the lock on the hen house door?
Yeah, one for Gary and one for Beep Beep there. And the Hindwoods String Band there. And Who Broke the Lock. You know, you want information of all these songs and all these artists, man. So easy these days. Just go on up to that computer and use that googly thing. You can find out lots of things there. Most of it's rubbish, but who gives a shit? Now we're going to carry on in this sort of like vein. I'm loving this vein. So this is our like sort of acoustic, almost special honky tonkin show. I've done many, as you know. Bit of blues here, bit of R&B, some swing, great rockabilly shows. And this one I want to concentrate more on that lovely instrument, the banjo and the fiddle. Some of you love it, some of you hate it. I love it. And this is why.
Now if you want your rod knocked out and if you want your fill, if you want your head swelled up this I'm on Sugar Hill. Hey, first sitting on a mountain top and a redbird sitting on the ground. Blackbird sitting in the sugar tree, shaking that sugar down. They say she done got mighty sick, and what do you reckon ailed her? She drunk 3 quarts of sugar top, and then her stomach failed. Jaybird sitting on a mountain top, and a redbird sitting on the ground. Blackbird sitting in the sugar tree, shaking that sugar down. Off of that wall, had your fiddle bill. Hitch them horses to that slip, we're gonna climb old Sugar Hill. Jaybird sitting on the mountain top, and a redbird sitting on the ground. Blackbird sitting in the sugar tree, shaking that sugar down.
Yeah, a song there called Sugar Hill. There's been loads of versions of Sugar Hill. That one coming from Larry Sigmund and Barbara Poole. Which reminds me, I've got a lovely, really a great old 78 version of that next door, and I'm going to try and go and run in and find that in between the next songs and see if I can get the real cool hillbilly version of Sugar Hill. So if I can, I'll do it. Right, let's do one from the Carter family. Without this family, I guess a lot of this music wouldn't have found its way down to the hills and the plains. Coming down from the Appalachian Mountains, and the wonderful Mother Maybelle Carter. It's a lovely live version from some stage, some TV show. Here's the Wildwood Flower, the Carter family. I'm going to whoop next door, 1 minute.
Oh, I'll climb with my mangoes and waving black eyes, with the roses so red and the lilies so fair, and the myrtle so bright with the emerald dew, the pale and the leader and eyes look like blue. I will dance, I will sing, and my love shall be gay. I will charm every heart, in his crown I will sway. When I woke from my dream, in my idols were play, all potion of love had all flown away. Promise to love, and to cherish me over all others above. Now my heart is now wandering, no misery can tell. He's left me no warning, no words of farewell. Oh, he taught me to love him and call me his flower, that was blooming to cheer him through life's dreary hour. Oh, I long to see him and regret the dark hour. He's gone and neglected this fatal wildwood flower.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the wonderful Wildwood Flower there. The Mother Maybelle and all the girls there from the Carter family. Right, I whooped next door and I got it. Here it is. Here's that other version of Sugar Hill. It comes from a 78, so it might be a little bit crusty, but the whole version's there. Let's take it away with this more up-tempo version of Sugar Hill.
Get your banjo off the wall and grab your fiddle, Bill. Hitch the horses to the shay, we're going to Sugar Hill. Wanna get your eye knocked out, wanna get your fill. Wanna get your eye knocked out, go to Sugar Hill. Hill, 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 hill. Wanna get your eye knocked out, go to Sugar Hill. I'm getting lonesome for my gal, I think I'm gonna cry. Now I'm a-going to Sugar Hill or know the reason why. Wanna get your eye knocked out, wanna get your fill. Wanna get your eye knocked out, go to Sugar Hill. Hill, 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 hill. Wanna get your eye knocked out, go to Sugar Hill. Possum in the cinnamon tree, the raccoon's on the ground. Raccoon said, you ornery cuss, shake them Simmons down. Wanna get your eye knocked out, wanna get your fill. Wanna get your eye knocked out, go to Sugar Hill. Hill, 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 hill. Wanna get your eye knocked out, go to Sugar Hill. I'll ask my gal to marry me, she better say I will, or I will pack up all my duds and move to Sugar Hill. Wanna get your eye knocked out, wanna get your fill. Wanna get your eye knocked out, go to Sugar Hill. Hill, 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 hill. Wanna get your eye knocked out, go to Sugar Hill. Wanna get your eye knocked out, go to Sugar Hill.
Yeah, you gotta love it. All that. I love 78s. They're really great. Great sound on them as well. And that's my personal favourite version of the Sugar Hill. That's from Cliffy Stone and his band. I don't know if you've heard that before. It doesn't come up on many compilations or even any 45s. I think it does only appear on 78. I could be wrong. It's really weird, really, because we started with Stealing Sugar and Ray Batts and end up on Sugar Hill. That must have been a lot of sugar they stole. I'll tell you that for sure. What are we doing here, man? Honky tonkin', man. We're 50 minutes now. And Mel Haggard here for my piece.
Things I learned in a hobo jungle were things they never taught me in a classroom.
Yeah, man. King of the hobos, Mel.
Like where to find a handout while bumming through Chicago in the afternoon. Hey, I'm not bragging or complaining, I'm just talking to myself man to man. This old mental fat I'm chewing didn't take a lot of doing, but I take a lot of pride in what I am. I guess I grew up a loner. I don't remember ever having any folks around. But I keep thumbing through the phone books and looking for my daddy's name in every town. And I meet lots of friendly people, but I always wind up leaving on the lam. Hey, where I've been or where I'm going didn't take a lot of knowing, but I take a lot of pride in what I am. I
I never travel in a hurry, 'cause I got nobody waiting for me anywhere. Home is anywhere I'm living, if it's sleeping on some vacant bench in City Square, or if I'm working on some road gang, or just living off the fat of our great land. I've never been nobody's idol, but at least I got a title, and I take a lot of pride in what I am. I've never been nobody's idol, but at least I got a title, and I take a lot of pride in what I am. I take a lot of pride in what I am. I take a lot of pride in what I am.
Yeah, cheekily sneaking into the 1970s then. The man, yeah, Merle Haggard there, and I take a lot of pride in what I am. Here on Honky Tonkin' today, we're going to look at
In constant sorrow,
two songs
all my days.
from the Stanley Brothers.
I am a man of constant sorrow. I've seen trouble all my days. I bid farewell to old Kentucky, the state where I was born and raised. The state where he was born and raised. For 6 long years I've been in trouble. No pleasure here on earth I find. For in this world I'm bound to ramble. I have no friends to help me down. He has no friends to help him now. You can marry me in some deep valley for many years where I may lay. Then you may learn to love another while I'm sleeping in my grave. While he is sleeping in his grave. Maybe your friends think I'm just a stranger. My face you never will see no more. But there is one promise that is given. I'll meet you on God's golden shore. He'll meet you on God's golden shore.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. A slightly different version here. The Man of Constant Sorrow there. The Stanley Brothers. There's what's that guy's name, man? I met a guy in Dublin a little while ago. He was over at some Bluegrass festival over there in America. He got so close to one of the Stanley Brothers. Didn't get to meet him, but he got a picture of him. And they came back over to him. We're sitting in a pub here, a little session going on down the pub there. And told us that story. Man, I was really jealous. Fancy getting that close to one of the Stanleys. God almighty. And in this day and age as well. I'll tell you what, we're nearing the end of the show. So let's get honky tonkin'. Raise them glasses wherever you are. Auntie Jane Mouseman's in. All the way from Dublin. Woo! And one more from the Stanley Brothers. You probably know this one from the King Elvis. Here's their version.
Now just because you think you're so pretty
Just because you think you're so hot, just because you think you got something nobody else has got. Made me spend all my money, laugh and call me old Santa Claus. I'm telling you, honey, I'm through with you, because, just because. Now there'll come a time you'll be lonesome, there'll come a time you'll be blue. Old Santa Claus won't be near you, pay all them bills for you. Made me spend all my money, laugh and call me old Santa Claus. I'm telling you, honey, I'm through with you, because, just because. Made me spend all my money, laugh and call me old Santa Claus. I'm telling you, honey, I'm through with you, because, just because.
Whoa! And there endeth. Two in a row there from the Stanley Brothers. Like I said, first off, The Man of Constant Sorrow, and their version of Just Because. We're almost out of time here on this Honky Tonkin show, and we can't do a stringed show like we've done without this man. So I guess let's go over this. This might sound a bit flaky, this tune, but it's the only one I can find, and it comes from a really old crusty videotape. And God, I'll find some strange songs in strange places. But here we go with Bill Monroe and this wonderful song. There's a bit of an introduction as well, but I'll leave the whole thing to play through. Here we go.
You know, in 1939, this man came to town with a unique brand of music, all his own, that he called Bluegrass. Now, over 50 years later, he's still going strong. An American original, an American treasure. Would you make welcome the great Bill Monroe? Good to have you with us, sir. What do you say? Will you tell them what we're going to do?
Would you let me play one on the mandolin for the folks?
At least I wish you would.
Southern flavor.
All right.
great tune there called Southern Flavour. And that's what we've had throughout this show, the whole of the Southern Flavour. I hope you've enjoyed our Honky Tonkin show there. Ending off with the King of Bluegrass and Bill Monroe. It's funny, while I've been sitting here doing this show, I've been looking out a street window. And I've seen 5 stray cats, 9 cyclists go down a one-way street the wrong way, and 1 magpie in a tree. It must be an omen. What do you say, Hank?
Gary, let's go see Sally Good.
Hope you enjoyed this real Honky Tonkin special. Our DJ Mouseman's in. I'll be back again real soon. Until that time, you take care of yourself, Honky Tonkers. Until then, I'll bid you farewell. Bye-bye.